Greetings, YouTube. Colonel Ty Sedule, professor and head of the Department of History at the United States Military Academy at West Point, would like a word with you. So, I encourage you to go listen to the video that I am going to link to in this in my video here, because it's one of the best and most informative things I've ever seen dealing with slavery and its justification for the Civil War. Because you see, as I have said for years and years, decades probably, slavery was the crux of the Civil War. Flat out. It was a do-or-die situation in the United States. Either the United States was going to abolish slavery, or the United States was going to expand slavery. That was it. It was a binary. There was no circumstance under which slavery could continue to exist in some areas and not in others. Do or die. And if the South had succeeded in succeeding, and had been a nation in their own right, the only way they would have been able to maintain their institution of slavery, their peculiar institution, would be to expand it into territories that they currently didn't control, which would mean invading other countries. Because the institution of slavery was unsustainable. And for all those out there that are going to say that Lincoln supported the idea that he would have allowed the Union to remain together if slavery would continue, that's not true. He was an abolitionist all along. Because he knew that it was an all-or-nothing issue. All the smart people in the 19th century knew it was an all-or-nothing institution. It was that one way or the other, folks. There was no middle ground. And even if you think the opinion that the Union joined the war to preserve the Union, it is important to remember that the Confederacy started their succession to preserve the institution of slavery. They didn't just wake up one day and say, hey, you know, I think we should become our own country. No, that wasn't the reason. The reason they wanted to continue the institution of slavery and expand it. And for all those that are going to apologize for the members of the white community that didn't own slaves, remember, as Colonel Sedule will tell you, as long as there were slaves, it meant that even the poorest white person, the person that had nothing, wasn't at the bottom of the social ladder. They were not at the bottom of the social structure. There would always be a class of human, for those that viewed them as human, beneath them. The Negro slaves. So, the white people, even the poorest ones, the ones that never had a dream of ever having anything in their lives, monetarily, materially, were played by those in power because it gave them a sense of superiority over the slaves. And for all those out there who would just say, well, you know, the black people in America should just get over it. Fuck you. Black people in America were held in slavery for 300 years. There's no getting over that. Because we've never addressed it in America. Until we address it openly, honestly, and we go about making amends and righting the wrongs that were never addressed in the Reconstruction, because the Reconstruction was an utter failure. There's no getting over it. No one sane people tells the Jewish community to get over the Holocaust. Just get over it. It was in the past. That's not how it works. We need to address things honestly and openly and directly, and we don't do that in America. In America, a white guy can get arrested for a marijuana possession and take a selfie with a cop at the booking station where both of them are smiling. Whereas a black woman is arrested for smelling like marijuana and she is sexually assaulted and has someone's hand shoved into her vagina. Not only is there racism involved in that process, but there's also a whole lot of misogyny. We're not dealing with these issues in America. But Colonel Sadul, he's helping us. Because there aren't any more impeachable sources of historical accuracy and import than this guy. He's pretty much the last word on this. So save this link, I'm going to. And every time you see a Civil War apologist, a Confederate apologist, throw this link at him. And keep throwing it at him. Put it on loop. Strap them to a chair. Tape their eyelids open. And make them watch this until they finally learn. Don't let them run. Don't let them hide. Don't let them wrap themselves in that symbol of white supremacy and failure of the Confederate flag and pretend it wasn't about slavery and white supremacy. It always was and it always will be. The Confederacy was an inherently immoral institution, and those that defend it are inherently morally bankrupt for doing so. I may feel compassion for them as human beings, but I will not tolerate their stance, their revisionist history, their lies, their deceptions, their support of white supremacy. So, listen to the video. It's well put together, good graphics, it spells it out explicitly. Many of the words he says are written in text on the screen, so not only can you hear them, but you can read them. Use this as a weapon of knowledge, of enlightenment. Show the ignorant and the deceptive that they cannot hide.